Today I'm sharing how I organize my fridge. I normally go to the market every 2.5 to 3 weeks, and for the past 8 months I have learned how to optimize my space and to keep my produce lasting longer. There are systems that I have set in motion and to practice going forward. So if you're interested in that, then definitely keep on watching because I have several tips that I've been learning and I want to share with you guys. Just quick disclaimers. I stay alone, meaning that I'm not married, I don't have kids, and I don't have any pets. I really love eating produce from the market. I don't eat processed foods on a day-to-day basis. The only processed foods that I get as perhaps cheese and bologna for my sandwiches, but I eat fresh foods and I make foods from scratch. Before somebody goes like, "Where's your meat, girl?" I do have meat in my fridge, but it's not in abundance as you would see the veggies in my fridge. Before you go out and buy organizing containers, I suggest you use your fridge for a few months. Understand foods that you gravitate towards and the foods that you normally buy on a weekly basis, to also understand the zones in your fridge. That way you're going to appreciate how it's going to be so easy to come up with an organizing system. Tip number 2, figure out the warm and cold spots in your fridge. Now, when you talk about temperatures in the fridge, we talk about where food can last longer, where it is warmer, and where it is coldest. These places are designated for particular foods, and if you just put your foods anyhow in your fridge, some food will spoil quickly than the other. You have the warmer areas. For example, the door is where it is the warmest. It is in contact with the room temperature in your kitchen. So this part is where you can keep foods that can actually stand alone on their own without going bad, such as your condiments, your sauces, your mayo, your mustard sauce, and for example, your water or your juices. They can actually go on this shelf because they won't go bad that easily. But things like milk, I would advise you to put milk at the back of the fridge because that's where it is the coldest and that's where it is going to last longer. Another thing that you shouldn't put on your door is eggs. I wouldn't advise you to put eggs on your door because that's not the place. I know, for example, my fridge comes with a compartment where you can actually put some eggs, but I wouldn't advise you to do so unless these are eggs that you want to eat during that week. But if you're keeping them to stay for a very long time, don't do that. So understand the temperatures in your fridge because this is going to determine where you need to put what. Tip number 3 is to plan, find inspiration, and to do some research. Once you understand your fridge, how it is designed, the space in between, know how wide and how long the shelf is. That way you're going to know what container to buy to put in that fridge. There are so many containers that you can use for your fridge as long as you make sure that they are of acrylic material or they are glass or they are plastic, but plastic that is BPA free. In my case, I went with acrylic bins and I found them in a China store in town, and I like how clear they are because I'm able to see what is in my fridge and I'm able to understand what I need to get. And I love how the colors just pop up in my face because that makes me to want to stay home and cook for myself. Find inspiration on Pinterest. See what other people are doing, then go out, start window shopping in shops or ask around from people. Go on Facebook Market, go on Instagram, see what people are doing in their homes, see who is selling what, then plan and save. When I posted something on TikTok, people were like, "You have a lot of money." I was like, "Girl, I've been planning this thing for months." Okay, plan, budget, and save. And once you have the money, go and buy. All right, I understand that right now you find things today, tomorrow you don't. Just be strategic about it. Okay, sometimes you can use the money that was supposed to be for food and then sleep on tea and potatoes. You feel me? But that's what I'm saying. Plan, budget, and save. And when you're ready, go out and buy those things in bulk and bring them home. Tip number 4, organize your food in zones. Since you understand the make of your fridge, the temperatures of your fridge, you now know where you're supposed to put what. So for example, I have several food zones in my fridge. So starting with my freezer, anything that doesn't drip blood goes on top and anything that does goes at the bottom. Then in the first line of the first shelf of my refrigerator, I have my eggs and my fruits. And then after that, we have my snacks and dairy, bell peppers, carrots and eggplants or zucchini. And then in the third shelf, I have my tomatoes, cucumbers, and my greens. And in the crispy beans down there, I have things that come in packs and my apples. If you don't understand how your fridge operates, you're going to be throwing things anyhow. I'm trying to stay away from putting quotes in my fridge. There are other days that I'm so lazy that I just put it in my fridge. But to be honest, I try as much as possible to get any leftovers and put them in a container, pack it in the fridge. But sometimes I get to be a person, human, and I put my pot in the fridge, which is bad, but you get the point. Tip number 6, use crispy bins or drawers the right way. Most fridges like mine will come with a crispy drawer or a bin that will allow for fruits and vegetables to balance out humidity. If you don't have such a bin, I suggest that you get one. And this is where you keep things like apples, because apples tend to produce ethylene. It's a gas that makes other foods near it to ripen quickly, and you don't want to put apples together with anything else. You put them in their own compartment. Then you have this other compartment where I put my cabbages, and I put anything that comes in a pack. For example, beetroot and cabbage. I'll put it in here. It will stay for 2 to 3 weeks without going bad. And I would advise anyone who wants to keep beetroot in the fridge to keep it in the jumbo or in the plastic that it comes in, or to keep it in a plastic bag. That is going to really help the beetroot to last longer. You just leave it out in the open, it's going to soak up all the moisture from the fridge, and it's just going to be this squishy bowl that you don't want to have around. So make sure that you take all those things into consideration. Keep your tomatoes and eggs face down. But then, just a quick one. There is a huge debate on the internet, and I think in our homes, whether we should keep tomatoes in the fridge or out of the fridge. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below, and let's talk right there. But I do keep my tomatoes in the fridge. They stay okay. It's just that when you're putting your tomatoes, make sure that they are face down. That way they don't spoil quickly. And when I'm going to buy tomatoes, I get the firm ones, not the softy ones, the firm ones. And they stay for a very long time. They don't lose their taste, and I'm used to that. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about keeping tomatoes in the fridge, and let's discuss down there. Now the same principle applies with eggs as well. Do not tip them over, store them pointing downwards, as this will keep them fresh for a very long time. I got this container from WT Organics in Blantyre. I think this was at 6,000 the time that I got it. That was earlier this year. I don't know now, but I'll put their number. I'll put their link, their Facebook and whatever socials in the description box below, as well as their number, so that you're able to contact them if you ever need this box. But this is really nice. It stores 24 eggs and it keeps them fresh for a very long time. Tip number 8, wash your produce. I know people don't wash their stuff, they just put them straight in the fridge. I used to do that a while ago, but it's not right. Wash your produce and leave them to dry on your counter for a while before you pack them up into your fridge. Anything that you buy from the farmer's market, make sure when you come home, wash. And what I normally do is I soak my produce, for example, in bicarbonate soda. So put some water in the sink, add a teaspoon or 2 of bicarbonate soda, and wash whatever it is that you're washing. Let everything come off, because the vegetables they look really good when you're in the market, but you don't know the type of water that they used. So make sure that you clean that out. Remove the pesticides and the bugs and the whatnot. That is really going to save you and keep you healthy, because whatever you're putting in your body is equally important. So make sure that you wash your produce if it's coming from the farmer's market. Tip number 9, don't overcrowd your fridge. Do not put too many things in your fridge. Your fridge should be at least 2/3 full. Do not overpack your fridge, because it's not going to breathe. You want air to circulate in your fridge. Don't have things stacked behind each other. You can definitely do that, but I would advise you to just get a long container like the ones that I have, and even if it doesn't reach towards the end of the fridge, just make sure that you bring it towards the front and your fridge is going to look smart. But avoid overpacking your fridge. Make sure that your fridge is 2/3 full and not over that. I hope that makes sense.
Tip number 10, line your leafy greens with paper towel.
You want to line with a paper towel to trap all the moisture, and you put another one on the top to make sure that they don't go bad quickly and they stay fresh for a very long time. If you're not going to eat this in a week, make sure that you change the paper towel at least once a week because you want to remove the older one.
Tip number 11, don't mix cut and uncut produce together.
When you're storing your bell peppers in your fridge, if they are wholesome like this, keep them like this. But if you've, let's say, cut this green paper in half, do not get the other half and place it back in this box. What you want to do is chop that remaining part and place it in a separate container and put it in your fridge. That way, that will stay for a very long time, and the wholesome bell peppers will also stay for a very long time. Remember, you guys, you want to maximize and optimize the food in your fridge. You don't want to throw away food and you don't want to waste your food. I hope this was helpful and that you guys have learned how to go about organizing your fridge. If you have any questions or if you have anything that you want me to explain in detail and did not understand, let me know in the comment section below, and also let me know what you guys would like to see from me next about home organization or about hair or about eczema, and I will try to do that. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel, click the notification button, share this with your friend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.